Okay, let's roll right into our post-race press conferences for tonight's 58th Annual Capital City 400, presented by Virginia is for Lovers NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race here at Richmond International Raceway. And our second and third place finishers are joining us now up front. Our race runner-up is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He drives the number 88 National Guard Diet Mountain Dew Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And he's joined by our third place finisher and defending NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion Tony Stewart, and he drove the number 14 Mobile One Office Depot Chevrolet. Dale, I'll come to you first. Talk about your race out there this evening and how you thought things unfolded for the 88 team.
Our car was pretty good yesterday and started the race pretty nice. We made some good adjustments to help it roll the center, hit points in the race, and I got them talked into going to a different master cylinder for a little softer pedal at Martinsville, and we brought it here, and you're on the brake pedal so far down in the corner, it just cooked the fronts, and I'd get a real soft pedal pretty quick. So it was, I couldn't get enough front brake in it at the end to run as hard as I wanted to, and, it just, that hurt the balance a little bit on the entry, but really happy to come home with second. We were running about fifth all night. And just got lucky on that restart to be on the inside and get a couple spots. And, we just kind of got lucky there at the end on a couple things to gain a couple extra spots. But, we ran good. We were terrible last year at this track, and I really like running here. And I just was curious as to why we weren't performing as well. And so it feels good to run all right here.
Dale, your second place showing tonight. You're now 5 points out of the lead, and the points standing behind Greg Biffle. Tony led some laps up there. Certainly had a strong car, and really came on there. Weaved your way through the field. Talk about your run out there this evening.
Yeah, I'm proud of our guys. That's the best car I've had here at Richmond in a long, long time. So something I felt really comfortable with today. It was good right off the bat, and proud of Steve Addington. Just kept making it better and better and better, and we were where we needed to be at the end of the day. So we stayed up with that trio of guys up front the last 150 laps or so. So that's what you got to do, and man, it feels, and this is my favorite track, so it feels good to be running good here at Richmond again.
Take questions now for Dale or Tony. If you have one, we got a couple wireless mics. We'll start here with Jenna and then go over to John. Go ahead right here, please.
Jennifer, AP. Tony, on the restart with Carl, the one where he was black flagged, you were certain you were the leader? Had that been communicated to you? And did you think that he just clearly jumped the restart?
Well, we were the first one to line up, and we were the leader on the board, so I don't know how much clearer it could be that we were the leader. So
The board said he was the leader?
If that was the case, then he should have been able to, they should have put the caution out and given him the opportunity to choose the lane that he wanted. So it's miscommunication between upstairs and the drivers.
John, you got a question? Get him a mic, please.
Yeah, for Tony Stewart. Did you have a problem earlier in the pits, kind of the same issue?
Not really.
Who else had a question? Let's go to Dave Rodman, then to Dave Newton, and then we'll go to the press box.
Tony, Dave Rodman with NASCAR.com. On television, you seemed upset on pit road about the pit crew. You come in here, you seem a little bit softer. How do you address this in a competition meeting, back at the shop, Monday, Tuesday, or how do you see it going forward, please?
No different than anybody else that has a scenario that happens tonight. I mean, you go back and you work on it, try to remedy the problem, and try to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Dave Newton, go ahead.
David Newton, ESPN.com. Tony, I think you held a water bottle out there. Was it a water bottle that brought out the debris, and is that part of what
it
upset
looked like
you?
to me? So, I mean, it was out of the groove. It had been sitting there for 8 laps.
And the fact that this is third straight race, there's been no wreck. I mean, does that amaze you? Have you ever seen anything like that?
David, only you'd think about stuff like that. I don't know about what you think of during the race, but I try to figure out how to win the race and make my car go fast. I don't sit there and think of that petty crap that you think of.
Go to the press box.
Glad to see you're back to form.
Let's go to the press box, please. Any questions?
Maybe the drivers got
No
better,
questions.
David. I don't know.
No questions in the press box. Anybody else for Dale or Tony? Right over here, Kim, and then one more. Go ahead, Kim.
Junior Kim Robertson, Insider Racing News. Going into Talladega next week, you now have a second finish. You've got momentum. Is this going to help you possibly get towards that win and getting that 200th win for Hendrick next week?
No, I don't think, momentum's a real thing. I mean, the team's confident. We're feeling good. We feel like we're competing well, really close to winning a race, or at least we didn't even really race for a win yet and lost one, so I wouldn't count tonight. But we're getting better, running in the top 5 and top 10s. So we just try to keep doing that. Just too many variables go into races at Talladega to tell who's whether you feel confident about winning or not. It's just too much going on there.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, Dale, Dave Rodman from NASCAR.com again. I heard you talk earlier in the race about having potential brake issues. When it gets to the end, you've gotten yourself to second. Are you sitting there saying, well, man, I'm screwed, I can't do this? Or does the fact that you can possibly do it overcome the troubles you've had?
No, yeah, I should. If the car was good, I could have dealt with the brake problems, and if the car was faster than 18, it would have got there to him, and maybe we'd race for it. But the brake problems weren't that bad. I just chose a different master cylinder at Martinsville, and I shouldn't have brought it here. I just shouldn't have done that because I know better, and these cars are going too fast in the corner to be running that kind of master cylinder. So I learned a lesson, and we'll have an idea what to use when we come back.